The choice we make every day. Every single morning, when your feet hit the floor, you make a choice. Will you focus on problems or possibilities? Will you complain or create? Will you believe that life is happening to you or for you? Because here's the truth. Life isn't perfect. It never will be. We all have stress. We all have setbacks. We all have those days when we feel like the world is conspiring against us. But a positive mindset doesn't mean you ignore the hard stuff. It doesn't mean you're in denial. I can figure this out. The lens of possibility. Two people can look at the same situation and see completely different realities. One sees an obstacle, the other sees an opportunity. One sees failure, the other sees feedback. One says, "This is the end." The other says, "This is just the beginning." Your mindset is the lens through which you see your entire life. If you change the lens, you change the picture. The story of Thomas Edison. Think about Thomas Edison, the man who gave the world the electric light bulb. Did you know he tried over 10,000 times before he succeeded? 10,000 times. Most people would have said, "Forget it, it's impossible." But Edison said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the power of a positive mindset. He didn't see failure. He saw data. He saw progress. He kept moving forward. And because he did, the world was never the same. The brain's default mode. But here's something important to understand. Your brain's natural tendency is to focus on problems. Why? Because your brain's number one job is to keep you safe. It's wired for survival. So it scans your environment for danger. It looks for threats. It notices what's wrong. This was useful thousands of years ago when we were avoiding predators. But today, it means your mind can get stuck on the rude email from your boss, the bill you can't pay yet, the relationship that ended, the worry that you're not good enough. Your brain's negativity bias is real, but it doesn't have to rule your life. Training your mind. A positive mindset isn't something you're born with. It's something you train. Just like a muscle. Go to the gym once, nothing changes. Go consistently for months, your body transforms. Your mind is the same. Every time you choose to look for something good, every time you reframe a negative thought, every time you practice gratitude, you're strengthening your mental muscles. The power of questions. One of the most powerful tools to create a positive mindset is the questions you ask yourself. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? What's one thing I can do right now to improve this situation?" Better questions lead to better answers. Better answers lead to a better life. Your words shape your world. And never forget, your words matter. What you say out loud and to yourself creates your reality. "I can't do this." Right pointing arrow say, "I'm learning how to do this." "This is too hard." Right pointing arrow say, "This is challenging, but I'm capable." "I always mess up." Right pointing arrow say, "I'm growing and getting better every day." Positive words don't mean you're being fake. They mean you're choosing language that lifts you instead of limits you. The ripple effect. Here's something incredible. When you cultivate a positive mindset, it doesn't just change your life. It changes the lives of everyone around you. Your co-workers feel your energy. Your family absorbs your attitude. Your friends feel more hopeful because of you. Positivity is contagious. You become a light in the dark. A quick challenge for today. Today, catch yourself in a negative thought and flip it. Instead of saying "this is impossible," say, "I'll figure out the first step." Instead of complaining about what's wrong, look for one thing that's right. It doesn't have to be huge. It just has to be a start. Because small shifts, repeated over time, lead to massive transformations. Friends, this is just the beginning. You can't always control what happens around you, but you can always control what happens within you. Let's build that inner strength together. Why your mindset matters for health, success, and happiness. Now let's dive deeper into why it matters so much for your health, your success, and your overall happiness. Because here's the reality. Your mindset isn't just a mental game. It affects your entire life. The science of positive thinking. Let's talk science for a moment. Researchers have discovered something fascinating about how your brain works. When you're thinking negative thoughts, stress, anger, fear, your brain goes into fight or flight mode. Your body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Your heart rate goes up. Your muscles tighten. Your immune system weakens. If that happens occasionally, it's normal. But if it happens every day, stress starts to destroy your health. You feel exhausted. You get sick more often. You struggle with anxiety or depression. You can't sleep. Your blood pressure goes through the roof. But when you practice positive thinking, the opposite happens. Your body releases feel-good chemicals like serotonin and dopamine. Your heart rate lowers. your immune system strengthens. Your brain actually creates new neural pathways that make it easier to stay positive in the future. So this isn't just feel-good talk, it's biology, your mindset and your success. Now let's talk about your goals, your career, your business, your dreams. A positive mindset gives you an edge that's priceless. Why? Because life is full of obstacles. Deals fall through, businesses fail, relationships end, people betray your trust. You fall short of your own expectations. If your mindset is negative, you'll quit the moment things get hard. You'll say, "See, I knew it wouldn't work. I'm not cut out for this. Why even try?" But if your mindset is positive, you'll say, "This is just a temporary setback. I'm going to learn from this and come back stronger. My dream is worth fighting for." The most successful people in the world aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who refuse to stay down. The power of perspective. Let's do a quick exercise together. Imagine this scenario. Two people wake up late for work. Both spill coffee on their shirt. Both hit traffic. Both arrive to work 30 minutes late. The first person says, "This is the worst day ever. I'm cursed. I hate my life." The second person laughs it off and says, "Well, I'm going to make the rest of this day great." Same events. Totally different mindset. Totally different outcomes. Because here's the truth. It's not what happens to you. It's what you tell yourself about what happens to you. Gratitude. The fastest way to a positive mindset. One of the most powerful tools for shifting your mindset is gratitude. I know it sounds simple, but it's life-changing. When you're feeling negative, your brain focuses on what's missing, what's wrong, what you lack. Gratitude flips the script. It forces your brain to look for what's good, what's working, and what's beautiful in your life. Try this. Every morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be huge. The sound of rain, your favorite song on the radio, the way your dog greets you at the door. Over time, this rewires your brain to scan for the positive instead of the negative. Don't fake it, train it. Now let's clear up a myth. Positive thinking doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. If you lose your job, pretending it didn't happen doesn't help. But telling yourself, "This is hard, but I will find a way through this," that's positive thinking. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about believing in your power to respond and rise above it. Your circle matters. Here's a tough truth. You can't stay positive if you're surrounded by negative people. Think about your 5 closest friends or family members. Are they supportive? Do they talk about solutions or only problems? Do they lift you up or bring you down? Negativity is contagious. So is positivity. If your circle is toxic, you may need to set boundaries. It's not easy, but it's necessary if you want to protect your mindset. Your mindset creates your future. Let me share this. Years ago, I knew a man who grew up poor. His father left. His mother struggled to feed the family. He wore hand-me-downs. He could have told himself, "This is my destiny. Life is unfair. I'll never make it." But he refused that story. Instead, he said, "My circumstances don't define my future. My choices do." He worked hard. He kept learning. He stayed positive, even when people doubted him. Today, he's running his own successful company. He's changing lives. His secret wasn't luck. It was mindset. Your next step. Become a detective for the positive. Today, look for 3 good things happening around you, even if they're small. Write them down. Say them out loud. Because the more you look for good, the more you'll find. And the more good you find, the more unstoppable you become. Building mental resilience. Handling negativity and hard times. Friends, we're only halfway through this journey. Your mindset is the filter through which you see the world. Change the filter, and you change your entire reality. Even the most positive person on earth faces negativity, disappointment, and pain. So today, let's talk about how to handle those dark days when life punches you in the gut and still keep your mindset strong. The myth of constant positivity. Nobody feels positive 24/7. Not me, not you, not anyone. Sometimes life hurts. Sometimes you're angry. Sometimes you feel lost. And that's okay. A positive mindset doesn't mean ignoring pain. It means refusing to let pain become permanent. Your emotions are signals. Your emotions are not your enemies. They're signals. Anger tells you your boundaries were crossed. Sadness tells you you've lost something important. Fear warns you about potential danger. Listen to those signals. Don't stuff them down. But don't let them drive your life either. Instead, ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to teach me? Because every negative emotion carries wisdom, if you're willing to hear it. One powerful tool I use is something neuroscientists call the 90-second rule. When you experience a negative emotion, anger, sadness, fear, the physical reaction in your body, hormones, stress chemicals, lasts about 90 seconds. After that, if you're still upset, it's because you're replaying the story in your mind. So next time you feel overwhelmed, remind yourself, this feeling is temporary. I'm in charge of how long it stays. Breathe deeply. Let the wave pass. Then choose your next thought on purpose. Reframing challenges. Life will throw challenges your way. That's guaranteed. But you have a choice. You can call it a problem, or you can call it a challenge. A problem feels like a dead end. A challenge feels like something you can tackle. Instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Say, what can I do with this? How can this make me stronger? What's one small step I can take right now? Your comeback story? Think about your own life. I'm willing to bet you've already survived things you once thought you couldn't. Breakups, financial struggles, illness, losing people you loved. Yet here you are, stronger, wiser. And here's the truth. Every time you overcome something hard, you build resilience for the future. Your pain becomes part of your comeback story. And that story can inspire other people who feel hopeless right now. Control what you can. One of the biggest secrets to maintaining a positive mindset is knowing what's in your control and what isn't. You can't control the weather. You can't control the economy. You can't control how other people behave. But you can always control your attitude, your effort, your words, your reactions. Focus on the things you can influence. That's where your power lives. The power of small wins. When life feels overwhelming, look for small wins. Tiny victories keep your mindset strong. Make your bed. Go for a 10-minute walk. Drink a glass of water. Send one encouraging text. Small wins build momentum, and momentum fuels positivity. Recharging your mind, keeping a positive mindset requires energy. If you're exhausted, it's impossible to stay optimistic. So protect your mental and physical health. Get enough sleep. Move your body. Eat food that nourishes you. Disconnect from social media sometimes. Spend time in nature. Laugh as much as you can. Self-care isn't selfish. It's essential. A woman loses her job unexpectedly. She's devastated. But instead of staying stuck, she uses her severance to launch a small online business. 3 years later, she's earning more money and loving her freedom. Her mindset turned crisis into opportunity. Let's talk about the most important voice in your life. Your own. The words you whisper to yourself matter more than anyone else's opinion. Are you telling yourself, I'm worthless, nothing ever works out for me, I'm not smart enough? Or are you telling yourself, I'm capable, this is tough, but I'll get through it. I have gifts the world needs. Your inner voice becomes your outer reality. Choose your words carefully. When negativity hits you today, pause. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Remind yourself, this moment is temporary. Ask, what's one thing I can do right now to help myself feel better? It could be as simple as stepping outside for fresh air, calling a friend, or writing down your thoughts. The goal is not to pretend everything's perfect. It's to stay in charge of your mindset no matter what life throws at you. You can't always control the storm, but you can control whether you stand strong in it. Protecting your mindset in a negative world. Fantastic. Let's keep the momentum going. But there's one more crucial piece of the puzzle. How do you stay positive when the world around you is negative? Because let's be honest, sometimes it feels like negativity is everywhere. The world is loud and often negative. Turn on the news for 5 minutes. Scroll through social media. Listen to conversations around you. It's a constant barrage of fear, anger, division, blame, doom and gloom predictions. And it's easy to absorb that energy sometimes without even realizing it. You might start thinking, what's the point of trying? The world is so messed up. People are just awful. If you let it, the world's negativity will hijack your mindset. So how do you protect yourself? Let's talk about it. Protect your mental space like a fortress. Think of your mind as a beautiful house. You wouldn't leave the front door wide open for strangers to barge in, right? So why do we leave our mental door wide open for negative people, toxic news, and endless complaining? It's time to protect your mental space like a fortress. Here's how. Set boundaries with negative people. This is one of the hardest but most important skills you'll ever learn. Set boundaries with people who drain your energy. Maybe it's a co-worker who gossips all day, a friend who only calls to complain, a family member who always sees the worst in everything. Listen, you don't have to cut them out of your life completely, but you do need to protect yourself. Limit how much time you spend with them. Change the subject when conversations get toxic. Politely excuse yourself if they won't stop complaining. I care about you, but I can't keep having this same negative conversation. Let's talk about solutions or something positive instead. If they can't respect that, you may need to love them from a distance. Curate your digital diet. Your phone and computer are powerful tools, but they can also be portals of constant negativity. Endless news cycles screaming bad headlines, social media arguments, posts that make you compare your life to someone else's highlight reel. Protect your digital diet the same way you protect your body with healthy food. Unfollow toxic accounts. Mute people who constantly spread fear or drama. Set limits on your screen time. Follow pages that inspire, educate, and uplift you. You can't always control what's posted online, but you can control what you consume. Don't absorb, observe. When someone's being negative around you, it's easy to absorb that energy. But here's a trick. Instead of absorbing, try simply observing. Say to yourself, this is their perspective, not mine. I choose not to take this on. I can listen without letting it affect my mood. Imagine putting an invisible shield around yourself. Let their words bounce off instead of sinking in. Speak light into dark conversations. Sometimes you can't avoid negativity, especially at work or in family settings. So instead of staying silent or joining in, be the person who speaks light into the room. If people are complaining endlessly, try saying, I hear you. What's one thing we could do to make this better? I know things are hard, but is there anything good that's happened lately? Often, people just need someone to remind them that hope exists. You could be that person. Recharge with positivity. Staying positive in a negative world requires daily recharging. Think of yourself like a smartphone. If you don't recharge, you run out of battery. So make positivity part of your daily routine. Read or listen to something inspiring each morning. Keep a gratitude journal. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. Move your body. Exercise is a powerful mood booster. Spend time in nature. Laugh every single day. These small habits keep your mindset strong, even when the world feels heavy. Remember, their negativity isn't about you. Sometimes negative people will criticize you for staying positive. You're being unrealistic. You're too happy, it's annoying. Life isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Their negativity is a reflection of their own battles, not yours. You're not responsible for other people's bitterness. You're responsible for protecting your own peace. The ripple effect of your positivity. When you stay positive in a negative world, you become a beacon of hope for others. Your coworkers feel safer. Your friends feel encouraged. Your family feels lighter. Positivity doesn't just help you, it ripples out and changes entire environments. Today, protect your mental space on purpose. Limit your news intake to 10 minutes. Unfollow one toxic social media account. Set a boundary with someone draining your energy. Share one positive message with someone who needs it. Because every small act of protecting your mind adds up to a stronger, more joyful life. Remember this, your peace is priceless. Protect it fiercely. You've learned that your mindset is your superpower. You've discovered how positivity changes your health, success, and happiness.